My name's Scott Norman, and in 2016 I was diagnosed with narcolepsy and cataplexy syndrome. Ever since I was young, I always fell asleep a lot. I remember in foundation, my teacher taking me out in assembly because I fell asleep. I always used to come home and fall asleep. There's not been a time in my life I've not been a sleepy person.
That's what made it a bit awkward to know that, to recognise there was something wrong with you.
Yeah.
But then, was it narcolepsy in the first place anyway? So we don't know how long you've had it.
I went through being tested for vitamin D deficiency. Then I was medicated for that. Then I was tested for iron deficiency. I was medicated for that, in which I was then tested for sleep apnea, in which I stayed at the Royal Hospital in where I live in Leicester for a night, in which I didn't have that. And then it came to, oh, well, it could be narcolepsy then. So I was took to where they specialise in neurology in Oxford, and I was there for 5 days. Narcolepsy is a neurological sleeping disorder in which you can have one of two. You can have narcolepsy on its own, and you can have narcolepsy with cataplexy, in which I have myself. But there's no proof to say this is why you have it. You can be born with it genetically. You can have got it just randomly in your lifetime. From the reason it being is due to the loss of hypocretin, in which hypocretin works everyone's sleeping schedule. It is what runs your brain. It's what makes you awake. It's what makes you aware in the day. Someone who has narcolepsy, they have lower hypocretin or none. So a normal person's hypocretin is here, narcolepsy patient is here or none. That is why we can't help when we have sleep attacks, when we feel drowsy, when we lose our energy, because we don't have what regulates that, or we have very low of it. It's 14 minutes past 4 in the morning. One thing I hate about having narcolepsy is this: waking up so many times in the middle of the night and not being able to get back to sleep. People think and say, oh, it must be so easy to get sleep at night. It's fucking difficult to get proper sleep at night. It can be like little small bits, like your shoulder leans to the side, or your jaw will drop, your knee will buckle, you'll just lean forward and you can't lift yourself back up, or it will be a really bad one, in which it can look like you're having a fit. I remember the first time my mum told me to have one, and she nearly cried.
It's scary because it's a little bit like you're having a fit. I could hear you mumbling, but you couldn't tell me what was wrong. And I got up and had a look, see what you were doing, and you were there shaking.
tablets. They're called methylphenidate hydrochloride. I have to take them for the rest of my life, as it seems at the moment. And I'll take 2 every 3 to 4 hours.
The letter through the door confirming that you had narcolepsy, and we told you and you cried, knowing, you said, I knew there was something wrong with me. Just cried, sobbed, because you realised that you got an answer. You knew that there was something wrong with you. One teacher wouldn't listen that you were under the hospital, didn't want to know, and just said that they thought you were awake all night, playing on your PlayStation, not eating properly, and that's what they blamed it on, and they didn't want to listen to my side of the story. And then when we've been out to London on day trips and we've been on the tour bus and you've fallen asleep, and then you have comments, oh, is he bored? And you just think, if you only knew
what it does to you mentally, that's when it hurts. You ask yourself, will you get a job? Will you have a future? Like, what is the point? Because you'll fall asleep all the time. What is the point with someone who falls asleep so much? It got to the point where I didn't want to be alive anymore. So I just fell asleep all the time to take everything off my mind. The only thing which kept me from doing something stupid was my friends and my family. And the people I'm close to. If I didn't have them, I don't know if I'd be here. I would not take it away. I wouldn't. Because I'm today in 2021. I am so happy with the person I am. And I wouldn't change myself at all. Like, at all. And what I have learnt with having narcolepsy, with cataplexy, I've learnt more than I probably would have if I didn't have it. Once you find that one light in the dark, you turn the rest of the lights on.